Yeah, hello, and welcome to episode 74 of Friends of the Show. I am Stephen W. Skinner, and this is my podcast where I chat with some of the people from the global internet. Now, this week's friend is returning for the first time since his epic appearance in 2017. I'm talking about Twitter user at @malt_skull. It was such a great time catching up with one of the original friends of the show. We dig into some Finnish quirks, catch up on what's been going on the last 4 years, mainly that he got a dog, and somehow I managed to not do my famous Malt impression, and I think that shows real progress. So I hope you'll check out both episodes with our fine Finnish friends of the show, episode 74 with Malt Skull. Oh, hallelujah. Hard Rock Hallelujah by Lordi.
Oh yeah, this guy.
You gotta know about that. Who's Lordi?
Eurovision Song Contest win.
Who is this guy, Lordi?
He's actually from the north, like an hour's drive from my hometown.
Okay.
And I guess he was like a huge Kiss fan. And
Yes.
just wanted to take that to the next level.
Yeah, it's definitely very costumey. He looks like a demon from hell. I'm looking at him right now. Lordi, all caps. He has horns, and like his shoulders are adorned with skulls, and the skulls have horns, and the horns have skulls, like through them. Like the horns are through little skulls that are on the horns of the skulls on his shoulder horn. It's it is quite the getup.
I think he's going for some fractal stuff there.
Definitely fractal
all
stuff.
Horns and skulls as you zoom in.
Yeah, you see it's skulls and horns all the way down, and no matter how you look at it, you can see the skulls and horns. But so pretty cool looking guy. He looks like he's a really big guy too, like pretty tall.
No, I think he wears like very tall platform shoes.
That's definitely a Kiss fan. All right, so I guess we should just get right into it. If you were a member of Kiss, what would your makeup and deal thing be? Like, what would your, they each have their own like personality, and then that reflects in their makeup. So what's your thing, and what does the makeup look like?
I'd want to be the demon guy, but I'd be the cat guy, but.
No, you can make your own. You can make up your own brand new, a dog one. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I'd play the acoustic guitar.
Yeah, give Kiss a little softer edge. You just be like Smooch or whatever.
Yeah, I'm in there, just like on the side.
Just
can't even hear me.
Side stage, just softly strumming along as they're doing their party rock anthems. Like, is there a dog Kiss guy over there? That's cute. Well, Lordi, that sounds good. Everyone go check out Lordi. He does hard rock. Looks like he was on Eurovision, representing Finland. One of the most metal moments in...
The only time we ever won, or actually even gotten any notable scores in the Eurovision Song Contest, and I think it'll be the last time as well.
You think that'll be the last time? So Eurovision, haven't really talked about it too much. I don't really even know about it other than like when a song from it goes viral or whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, that thing. So it happens to happen every year?
Yeah, I think they might have skipped it last year.
Right, yeah, you got to skip it due to global pandemic. Here we are, year 2, global pandemic, still going strong. We're on third wave. What wave are you on over there in Finland? Third wave?
Might be the third wave, yeah.
How is your country managing the pandemic so far? We should talk about it. We should say, you doing good? You're doing bad. Canada, doing poorly. Specifically Ontario, my province, doing poorly. But, that's, lesson learned. We're going to grow from this. But currently, very poorly managed pandemic response, including vaccines. So not great. But in Finland...
Vaccine-wise, not that good. There's like a 30% first vaccination rate, and second is like less than 5%. But case-wise, we're not doing that badly. I mean,
Well, that's good, right? Cases is good. Vaccinations can always improve. Like, I think everyone had problems with vaccination rollout with logistical issues, whatever. Plus, like, the storage, with certain vaccines got to be kept cold, and I'm sure extra logistical issues came up with that. So, there's going to be a bit of an issue, but I mean, it should be
yeah,
it should be better than it is in certain locations.
yeah, and it's not cold enough here to just store them like in
Should
outside
just, yeah,
in the
throw them in
snow.
a beer case. Just like throw them in some empty beer cases and ship them that way. Yeah, put them on a reindeer.
It's just Arctic things. We don't need fridges.
No fridges. Oh, speaking of Arctic things, no fridges. My wife, shout out to my wife, was saying that she heard that in Finland they put their babies outside to nap in the crisp, fresh air. You ever get an outside nap when you're a baby?
I must have. Yeah, I can't remember.
Right, yeah. But do you see people doing the outside naps nowadays? Is that still a thing? I don't know. This is what I'm going third hand knowledge here.
I think they still do it. I've heard or seen like my neighbors put their
Yes,
babies outside.
that's what I mean. Put your baby outside. Just you want a nap, go outside. It's nice. It's nice and
Yeah.
crisp for you. The fresh air will do you some good. Just sleep it off.
There has to be some safety rules there that I don't know about. They might
I'm sure
the
there's.
nurses tell
I'm sure if it's
some
like
rules, like don't like half an hour is enough.
yeah, there's time
Something like
limits.
that.
I'm sure there's temperature limits. If it's like a warning, don't put it outside. But I'm sure if it's like whatever, a few degrees, hovering around the freezing mark, I'm sure it's fine for 30 minutes or so. A nice, crisp outdoor nap. We should say like they're bundled up, right? Like you're all bundled up, and just probably your face is exposed.
Yeah, yeah, and there's no direct wind or anything like
No,
that.
you're probably in a
It would kill.
little bundled up in a little thing, right? You're. I think you just put your stroller out, just like
Yeah,
keep the stroller
exactly.
outside the door or whatever. Right? Like, I'm just interested in things. Like, should we do that? Should we try that with baby here?
Go for it.
I mean, it couldn't hurt. Whatever, it's not working right now. Whatever we're trying.
You guys have raccoons?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we don't. So maybe that's one
Right.
reason. We don't have any climbing trash pandas here.
Right. Raccoons. Good point. All right. So
They
we
might
will
sneak
hold off
the
on
baby,
putting baby unaccompanied outside for extended amounts of time outside of the house. But an interesting way to go about it, and definitely cool, literally, for baby.
Exactly.
All right. Well, should mention that you are at malt_skull, still in Finland, returning friend of the show, one of the first returning friends, back again. Had to do it. We'll have to check in. However many years later, how many years later has it been? Oh, 5 years or so. Oof, is it 5 years? No, 4 years. Oof.
4 years, yeah.
Getting ahead of myself. 5 years. Maybe it'll be 5 years by the time this is released. But no. 4 years. So what's happened in the last 4 years? Bring us up to date.
Let's see. Well, my Twitter career hasn't taken off.
What?
I didn't really have huge plans about it anyway. I made it over 4K, but then lost like 150 followers in a week, and that was it. Haven't gotten near since. But
Oh, that's a
it's
tough
not
weekend, but that is a
it's
tough
not the
weekend,
biggest
but don't
worry
worry
in my
about that.
life right now.
It's not, yeah, exactly. Do not worry about it. And I think that is exactly the point. Not too many people are worried about Twitter. So Twitter is kind of a ghost town. It's kind of like it's not as poppin' as it was. People are elsewhere on their devices, other platforms with their time. What other platforms are you doing right now, Mal? Are you splitting your time? You're still on Twitter. We know this. You're still on Twitter. You're hanging about. You're lurking. But where else? Where else are you pointing your screen to? Where are you directing your IP?
I did make a TikTok account.
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago.
Oh, wow. You're an early adopter. Because I was a naysayer, like them all. I was still sore about them deleting Vine and taking that away right when I was kind of getting into it. And I should have been like, oh, this is great. It's a different kind of Vine. Just embrace it immediately and start using it immediately. But nope, had to be a naysayer and did not get into it until sort of recently. I don't know, but
I didn't really start using it that much. I made like 2 videos and then deleted the app because privacy concerns.
yes, yeah, there was privacy concerns, different levels of data collection going on for different entities, let's say.
Yeah, yet I'm still on Facebook, which is like worse than that. But
yeah, Facebook's terrible. It's the worst. I'm not really on it. I do have a page, so I sometimes check in, but I don't even really update that page too much. Sorry, Facebook friends and people who are liking that page, expecting good updates. Like I didn't even update any of the new episodes on there just because I don't like going on Facebook too much. But today I went on and did a tweet about it because it has suggested Zach Galifianakis as a friend to me. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Then I click on it and I'm like, yeah, that's like Zach Galifianakis. Yeah, I don't know. Let me just
you
check.
must have sent him a request.
Yeah, he's probably refreshing his Facebook friend requests pretty often. No update yet. No update.
Well, you'll be on Between Two Ferns in no time.
Yeah, I'm sure. So like, well, but that would be a good way to get me back into Facebook. If Zach Galifianakis was my friend on Facebook, I might dip in a bit more than I currently do, which is not very often.
Yeah, I only go there like to gather birthday wishes.
That's the thing, like birthday wishes, yeah.
Like those birthday wishes, and then
it's because it's nice to get the birthday wishes on Facebook. You can check in that one day a year. You're like, oh, hey, these are the people who checked in this year, and dropped a little a note on my wall. That's nice. It gets less and less because I'm on it less and less. I'm not putting out as many birthday wishes. I can't go into Facebook. It's bad. It feels bad looking on it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really give back as much as I should either.
I think that's
I
feel like
yeah,
like these are the people who I really like. These are my friends, but I'm not giving their posts the love that they deserve. And hopefully they just understand that I'm just not using the platform. Not that I don't love all their posts, like all your posts.
Yeah, exactly.
Just have a robot that just goes and likes all the posts for everybody. Be like, there, I like your stuff. I like it on Facebook because I don't care. I like you. That's why we're friends on Facebook. Just know that anything you do is liked by me, okay?
Yeah, it should be like an acknowledgement thing.
It's an acknowledgement thing. Like, yes, yeah, we're still friends. We're still friends. Pandemic hasn't changed it. I don't talk to anybody in real life anymore. Don't worry about it. We're still friends. In the far future, if we meet up again, we'll still carry on as friends. So if that's what you need Facebook to confirm, then yes, that I'll keep it. Keep it for that.
Yeah, exactly.
And TikTok will suck your life though, right? Like, are you addicted to it now or no?
No, I had to delete the app.
Oh, you deleted it due to privacy concerns that you still haven't returned, right?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking of going back, but I don't know if I can do the video content. Like,
right.
It's just easier to shit post on Twitter than come up with something funny on a video.
But the thing is, it's kind of shit posting in video form. Like some of it is, but some of it is very highly curated, good content, and some of it is just like America's Funniest Home Videos. They happen to be filming or something like that. You know, like everyone's filming a lot of stuff, so sometimes it'll be something interesting. So
I know if I started using it, it would devolve into a dog account. Like I would only post videos of the dog.
Yeah.
That's actually the biggest development in the
That's the
last
big
5
news
years.
in the Maltverse. New dog. So let's get into it. When did you get the pup? When? Like, what kind of pup we dealing with? What's the name? What are the stats? What does the tongue feel like?
It's very soft. uh, Stats wise, I think she's maxed her speed.
Okay.
She's fast as fuck, boy.
And the breed again is a
Italian Greyhound.
a greyhound. Yeah, I heard those are fast.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know, Usain Bolt fast.
A little too fast. Usain Bolt's like,
Yeah.
that's the fastest dog. That's the fastest dog alive.
Actually, I think Usain is like 5 mph faster, but still, like.
But that's still pretty
I wouldn't
fast.
race
So
her against him, but.
right, so we're not racing them. So have you ever like let her loose in a big field and just been like, go for it?
Yeah, in the dog park, yeah.
That's fun. So she's able to get out there and meet other Finnish dogs. What are the dog parks there like? We haven't been to the dog park here in a long time.
Well, the one we go to the most is pretty nice. It has a little hill there and not too many trees. A lot of space, like different fenced areas for small dogs and
Oh yeah, multiple
big
areas.
dogs.
That's good.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's good when you can keep them separated because that's the main problem with dog parks is like wild dogs going wild. Owners can't control them. Big dog taking on a little dog or vice versa. Who knows? These little dogs will get crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Except there hasn't been a dog that could outrun her. Like
Right.
yet.
If there's ever any issue, she gone. See ya.
Yeah.
You're not gonna catch her. Well, that's a pretty great skill. That's a great skill to have.
Yeah, she has her own defenses on that side.
Well, that's good. Other than when you're trying to get her in the bath. Hey, get over here.
Yeah, well, she's very short hair, so I think we washed her like twice or something.
Yeah, very low maintenance. That's pretty good. You just give her a nice hearty brush down, and there you go. So not shedding too much, or is she shedding those like under hair, the undercoat? And you're like, what?
She doesn't have an undercoat.
Oh, good. Well, that's great. Greyhound perk.
And well, the biggest problem is that we are 200 kilometers from the Arctic Circle, and she doesn't have an undercoat, so
You have to literally give her an actual coat.
yeah, and even that's not enough. Like we could pretty much only recently taken any longer walks, like in the last month or something.
Wow. So, like, what are the temps like there currently? What are we looking at?
Oh, well, do I have to pick up a Fahrenheit converter? Just a second.
Fahrenheit? I'm not talking about Fahrenheit, sir.
Okay, I can say Celsius. It's been 3 to 6 Celsius, like in the last week.
Just cracking that freezing barrier.
Yeah, in the night it's like freezing.
In the night it's freezing, yeah. Daytime high of single-digit Celsius.
Yeah. Well, now she actually doesn't mind the cold with the coat, but I think it took her a while to acclimate. Again, like we got her in April last year, or was it March? I think March. Yeah. So even then, she had to wait a while before she actually wanted to go outside.
Right. You got her right in the doldrums of winter.
Yeah, and then all the summer was great. Like she loved it.
Loved it. Got outside. That's when you're doing all of your training. Of course, she's very well behaved, super trained now. I'm sure, right?
Oh yeah.
What commands does she know and obey from you? Does she do anything?
She knows some tricks. I think she can tell when I actually have a treat when I say come.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't, she ignores me.
Yeah, you always got to have a treat for that C word if you want it to be effective, right? You got to have that one call, like the retrieval call they say to have, no matter what the distraction is, your dog will always come for that one command. Like you can have your other commands that are like here, but then if you have your come, like they have to come. That's what the dog trainers that we learned from said, right? So it's like they're gonna run into traffic, come, and they would turn and come to you no matter what it is, right? They're chasing.
Yeah, definitely have to work on that.
It's very tough, and it's sort of a thing where it's like, if you use that command, you have to give them a high value treat when they get to you, because if you don't do it one time, they are going to be unsure, and it won't have the same value. So whatever the command is, you could even start now, use that command, and every time when they come to you, boom, great treat, and she'll know that that's the command.
Yeah, it's
so it's taking over your life. So being a dog dad, taking over your life, posting a ton of cute pics all over the social media. Everyone loves it. Yeah.
Yeah, Instagram is full of them. Like, I just gave up. It's a dog account now. So.
Yeah, that happens.
I posted a couple of screenshots of my Twitter stuff, but they didn't really take off. So it's just dog content now.
Yeah, your interior algorithm knows what the people want. You see what the likes are flowing for, and it is dog content.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you could definitely pivot to video and do dog content, and people on TikTok love it just as much as they do on Instagram.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
Exactly. Well, I mean, you start with a few reels, maybe. Start with a couple reels, then you can just post those same things to TikTok. Boom. You want to go viral on TikTok? It seems bad, but it could be.
Yeah. Well, at least they actually give you some algo.
Right. Yes.
Visibility.
That's true.
Like I just posted. I had some pics. Like the first video I posted was I had some pics of this cast iron pot I was selling on the internet here, and I just edited those into a video with a stupid song in the background, and even that had like dozens of likes. So, like, what is this platform?
It's an insane platform.
Yeah, I think they just give you some semi-artificial visibility just to hook you in, like in those first sessions.
The algorithm wants to get you back to the app, so whatever it has to do to get that, that's what it will do.
Yeah, Twitter could learn from this. Just give me, I don't care. If it's artificial, just do it.
Exactly. Well, I think they tried with like those extra notifications, like notifications just for nothing, like notifications that are just like, oh, hey, did you know that this person, like a famous chef, tweeted about pancakes? You're like, what does that have to do with what does that have to do with anything that I know and like about Twitter? How do I disable this immediately? The first thing that happened, first time that happened, I was like, okay, disable whatever that is. Whatever you're trying to do, Twitter, it's not working. How they just put like random things. It's just like, oh, from this category of tweets, like viral tweets. Like, all right, I guess if that's what we need to see, because the algorithm, right? Like the TikTok algorithm, it's like, I don't care what you want. This is what you're gonna see.
Yeah, that's they have very different approaches for sure. But yeah, Twitter takes so much fine tuning to be like tolerable.
Yeah. Yes.
It's like I have to mute everybody.
Yeah, a lot of tweaking.
Like,
you have to turn off retweets.
From this person, but show their normal tweets because those are good. Like,
yes.
Also, all this stuff you have to mute to not see likes and like.
Yes, a lot of things. Yeah, exactly. Are the things that are promoted to you in your timeline. You hide this ad. I've seen it. I've seen this ad too much. Like, Can we get a new ad? Like, I know we have to do ads in the timeline. That's fine. To me, that it's understandable. Like, unless there's like a Twitter, there should be like a Twitter Pro where you don't have stupid ads in your timeline. Like, wouldn't some people pay for that? Like, come on, Twitter, you're dying.
Yeah.
You need to, you need to get right. Otherwise, see you on TikTok.
Yeah, they should have like a subscription. Although, no, it becomes so bad.
Yeah, well,
spam you with ads.
Exactly. Like, it's gonna go bad either way. So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna, it's a slippery slope, but that's how it goes. It's like in hockey, they don't have ads on the jerseys or equipment, really. Tons of ads on the boards and the ice, but not on the players really themselves. And now this season, the conferences are sponsored. The conferences have sponsors, and they're obviously talking about putting it on the equipment. So it's going to happen. Like in Europe, right? Like the players have every inch covered in sponsors, right? Like,
yeah,
that's just how it is.
Finnish league is like full of ads.
Exactly. It's kind of it's like a meme, right? Like when you see a picture of like a European league guy, and it's just like tons of logos all over the jersey. But that's where they're probably going to end up. They're just forward thinking. Like, yeah, why not sell this space? This is a space that we have, getting eyes on it anyway. Boom.
Yeah, I pulled up our local team.
Yes.
They have a beer brand in the chest, followed by an oil company. What the hell? I don't get it.
Hey, yeah, whatever works. Yeah, whatever works. Get those. Someone's watching that and be like, "Oh, I could go for some oil. I could go for some crude oil. Barrels of crude oil.
Yeah,
honey."
Yeah, well, you gotta get your money somewhere.
It's pretty wild. I think, it's gotta be. It's gotta be something where they're writing it off, or something, or they're getting free tickets and then they're selling the tickets to clients to come and schmooze and sell their oil to these clients in the box in the booth watching this game. It's all very shady. Just the oil industry is. I just imagine it's all just like super shady people.
Yeah, it's like
just doing bad shit.
Yeah, they have to change their names and everything.
Yeah. So like that kind of makes sense to me. Like the team is sponsored by like Little Leagues. That's what it is. Like in Little League, that's what it was. Like we played for like the Knights of Columbus or whoever sponsored the team. That was who your team was. You're like the Remax Giants or whatever. Like that makes sense. So like to me, yeah, get the money to subsidize whatever you need to do for the sport, save the sport, and just sell out. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll sell some whatever LED lights or projectors or whatever. Just give me the viral tweets.
Give you the viral tweets. So when was your last viral tweet? Let's get into it. I have a couple of your viral tweets here. What do you think your most viral tweet is? Is it...
it's gotta be the Witch House one.
It's gotta be Fuck This House, as featured on 21 tweets that are really weird but will make you laugh for some reason. For some reason, they just had to add that real kick in the pants, stealing people's content for clicks, and then shitting all over them in the headline. It's like people who quote your tweet be like, why am I laughing at this? They're like, because it's funny. Wah, wah. So, real stupid. BuzzFeed is stupid, but Fuck This House. What a great tweet. And was that one illustrated by...
Yeah, what's his name?
Adam Ellis?
Yeah.
Or something?
Yeah, Adam Ellis. Adam Tots on Instagram.
Yeah.
I see his stuff on the Discover tab a lot. But I don't really... I don't really care for his comics that much.
Right.
I have to come out and say But it's fine. He's a decent artist.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
think.
He really churns it out. He churns out the content, but sometimes he has to take it from other creators, take his inspiration. So it's all right. It's kind of weird. But your tweet, it was you say you flashlight under the chin. They say a witch cursed this house 100 years ago today. 100 years ago. Witch. Fuck this house. That's the tweet. Clever and relatable tweet. Go check it out on cheeseburger.com. So that's another good one. But my favorite, or one of my favorites, I don't know if it's my favorite, is Sneak Peek.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that one? So it is a tweet of yours. And that one's been illustrated too because an image of it comes up. Did you illustrate this?
I might have.
I think you
Yeah,
might have
it has the guy
illustrated
with the
this.
phone.
Yeah, it's the guy with the
Yeah.
phone. And it
Yeah,
looks
I was messing around with the tablet and Photoshop. Yeah, it's not that. It makes me queasy when I look at the
right.
illustration. But
Well, look, it's got some shading. It's got lights and shadows. Look at that on his face. You've got layers here. The phone looks fine. Like it looks fine. The nose might need work. The snake peek is great. So I guess the joke is my pet peeve is when people type sneak peek. It's Snake Peak, and it's the most dangerous mountain on the continent. And then so on the other picture, you got a Snake Peak, the mountain, and then all of the skeletons.
yeah, that's how I imagined when I was writing it. So
That's great. I'd love to see more of your tweets illustrated as by Malt Skull on the tablet. You still got that tablet? Did you use Procreate? What'd you use?
oh, it's my girlfriend's tablet. I think I can't remember the brand. It was some pretty old one, like might have been almost 20 years old.
Oh, wow.
But it still worked.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty good thing. I haven't seen it since we moved. This summer.
Uh-oh. It got lost. Or it's just packed away somewhere.
It's probably back of a cabinet, like.
Well, we gotta find it. You gotta bust it out. I need to see more tweets illustrated by Malt Skull. You could start a comic and you can post them on Instagram. That would help diversify your content.
Yeah, it could be. I've too many real life people follow me there.
Right,
No,
that's
please.
you don't want to link your real life with your secret online identity. Got it.
Yeah, although I guess since I already posted those screen caps of my tweets, so it's almost like it's the same.
So it's out there for those internet sleuthers to find, and they will find it if necessary. Right? Like that's just the one string that they needed to tie it all together in the future. Be like, it was confirmed. His identity was confirmed. This account posted these tweets from the Malt Skull account, and it could only be. Or they assume that it could only be. We can never know for sure, since this is the far future.
Well, if they see all those dog pics, well, they'll be sure.
Yeah, we did know that he was a dog lover and owned a dog. From March or April of 2020. From about March or April.
Yeah, she was born in January, so 2 months after that.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah,
right.
it's March.
Yeah,
10th.
March.
Yeah. I'm really giving these details out.
Yeah, people are they're gonna track down your Instagram. They're gonna track down this
My
podcast.
mother's maiden name.
Well, actually, on like when I was for this podcast now, I just like to Google you and see what comes up. And you know what came up for Malt Skull? Some links to friends of the show. Isn't that nice? Some links to friends of the show. Which episode? House Feminist, episode 60. Did you ask a question? I don't know. That maybe. I don't know. I have great.
I think I did. Yeah.
You must have. Great SEO for that show, I tell you, because it comes on up. Oh, here's another viral tweet from you that I didn't realize. It was, fun fact, humans did not contain blood before the 1980s. It was a mixture of water and red dye. The invention of blood was depicted in the docudrama Rambo, First Blood, 1982. So that's a good one. And that one just appears when you search for Malt_Skull, and on images, it's been ripped from Twitter via JPEG and been posted on different sites. So that's how you know. That's how you know you made it. You never even thought that one was big. But when you search Malt Skull, one of the suggested words is Rambo.
Yeah, I really don't know why that one was like ripped so much, even though it's not like in the tens of thousands, like
right.
Witch House.
Yeah, exactly. So it didn't go on Twitter; it went on like off Twitter via the image. It went on other meme internet sites, which sometimes happens. You know, sometimes the Twitter tweet is out there and it'll get a little bit of hype, but then it'll die down. But then, since the picture of the tweet got picked up somewhere, it can get re-picked up on meme sites again and again.
Yeah, they always need content. So.
Yeah, but you'll never know because it's not linked to your Twitter at all. So every time it like gets picked up and cycles through the internet, the back halls of the meme internet, you'll never know.
Exactly. I'm gonna find it myself too. I want to see what my display name is in that one.
What do you think it is?
I have no memory.
How often do you change your display names? We should mention this. Display name changing is part of your bit, is part of your life. How often do you change it? Just whenever it strikes you?
Yeah, it's at least like twice a month or something. If I have a really good one, I keep it like little pump.
Right, yeah.
I like that one.
Got it. You have it in your back pocket, and then you're ready. You're like, all right, we're done with this one, and I got the next one, and it is this. Boom.
Yeah, or I'll just... Actually, most of the time, I just open the edit profile field and just come up with something.
You just wing it.
Yeah.
But sometimes it comes to you, and you're like, here we go. So that when you open that edit profile the next time, it just float, little pump right in there.
Yeah, and it's spelled LIDL, like the German, what's it called? Low-cost grocery chain.
Okay.
I don't know if you have those in Canada, but...
I just am Googling it, and looks like there is there one in Hamilton? Yes. It's on, oh no, it's in Hamilton in England. So I don't think there is one. Maybe in Toronto. But no, I had never heard of that, and so sometimes I don't really get the reference, but I always know that it is some sort of reference.
Yeah, I think I'm mostly amusing myself with those.
Yeah, but it's good, and it's whatever keeps it fresh for you, right? Like, and sometimes I'll see like a notification come in, like little pump, whatever. Like I'm like, who is that? Who the hell is that? Oh, it's Malt. It's Malt.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Malt. So then for the next little while, I just have to remember that little pump is Malt, and then when you change it again, it's exciting. Get a notification like, who the hell? Now who the hell is Aldi? Who's Aldi?
It's Aldi, yeah. But we don't have those actually. But I've heard about them, and I really want to go to one. So I found the screen cap, and my display name was Go.
Do you remember changing it to that? I guess you couldn't think of one.
No, that's a very low effort one. And did you see I found two screen caps and the other one has a tagline under it, or like a caption.
Okay. Okay, what does it say?
And it says, "Give this man a Nobel Prize." For this tweet, I guess.
Oh, right, like on the meme site, it's got a caption. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. But which one do they mean? Like the Peace Prize or physics?
Probably not physics. There's one that's like, isn't there like a humanities one? Literature.
Oh yeah, I'll take that one.
Yeah, like in Bob Dylan, whatever one Bob Dylan got and he didn't want. That's the one.
All right. Well, yeah, I'll be waiting for my Nobel Prize based on the meme page nomination.
So one more meme I have here that came up. Did you make this throw bread on me duck?
Yeah, I was practicing, like, just drawing.
That was you? You made this throw bread on me duck? Because that came up too. And I was like, that's fine. That's a nice little duck.
Yeah, I remember really focusing or like spending time on that duck.
Yeah, you had some good reference.
A really nice looking duck.
Had some good reference images to work from. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of references.
That's good. Yeah, and obviously, throw bread on me. It's the yellow flag. The don't tread on me. Blah 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 blah. It's a funny satirical take on it. Throw bread on me. Everyone go check it out. Carpe Diaz Nuts was your name that keeps coming up when I searched Malt Skull.
Yeah, that's a fairly recent one.
That's probably why Google has you under Carpe Diaz Nuts at Malt Skull on Twitter.
Oh yeah,
they haven't updated. They haven't caught up.
Cache.
Yeah, they need to clear the cache. Google, clear the cache. Guh. Yeah, I just saw that. Guh was your name.
Yeah. Now I've gone with the word/sword/worm of the day format.
Right. Yeah, let's get into this. Let's get into it. So say that again. What's your current name?
Now DM for worm of the day. Nobody's asked me for worm yet, but for word of the day there was a couple of DMs. Sword of the day, there was like one guy asked me for that. Actually two.
Okay.
I was gonna change the thing like every day.
Yeah.
It's only been going on for like a few days, but let's see what happens tomorrow.
That's exciting. So if you're listening, hopefully it's still going. Check to see what of the day it is. Send Malt a DM and see what happens. I did word of the day, and I believe the word was goat.
Goat, yeah. It was kind of timely because my friend had gout.
Yeah, that's terrible to hear. It's an unfortunate affliction. You don't want those uric acid forming crystals in your joints, especially in your feet. So lay off anything with sulfites. I'm talking about red wine. I'm talking about beer, and just try and work those sulfites through so that they do not collect and form crystals in your joints. Am I right?
Or yeah.
So, so your friend had gout. He had a pretty bad case of gout, and you were telling me that. So I was just mentioning wine and beer; those are filled with sulfites. You're not going to want to do that. It's going to really inflame the gout, create those uric acid crystals. Now, what you're going to want to drink is something else. And what did your friend choose, Malt?
Oh, the classic Finnish. I guess you could call it a long drink.
A long drink. Okay. So like a mixed drink, I guess.
Yeah, it comes in a can. For a long while we had this brewed version of it. It's like our alcohol laws are very complicated, so we couldn't sell anything mixed with hard alcohol in the grocery stores. Like everything had to
Sure.
be,
Wine or beer.
yeah, like brewed from yeast.
Yeah, like table alcohol, they call it.
Yeah. So no mixers, nothing like that. Like mixers, of course, but no mixed drinks.
Yeah, you
in a
could
can
buy
or-
like a bottle of vodka or like Smirnoff Ice.
Yeah, those are in the government monopolized liquor
Yeah.
stores. All the Nordics have those.
And for our Canadian listeners, it's it'll be in Ontario, it's the LCBO. In whatever province you're in, you have your provincial liquor control board.
Okay.
Same
yeah,
idea.
I didn't know
But
that.
we've
I
just
think it's like just Nordic.
yeah. Well, no, here
have
and in
this.
the only in the recent past, the last like year or two, maybe three. It's been, time is a flat circle. We've only just started selling those alcohols in the grocery stores, beer and wine. So now, in our corner grocery store, we have bottles of wine and cans of beer, but no hard alcohol. Same thing, no mixers like that, which you would have to go to the LCBO for. And if you want beer, you can go to the beer store, right? These government
Okay.
entities.
How dare they?
They're big, yeah. They're huge. They got everything you need. They have they also have all the wines and spirits and beer and everything that you would need. And yeah, they're everywhere.
Yeah. Well, obviously we've been conditioned to like this. Well, most of us, but like it's. I don't know. I really like going to like places like Germany, where you can drink on the street.
Right. Yeah, it's a different vibe in places where you can sort of drink on the street. It is not like that here. I haven't been to many. I mean, I was there in France for a little bit. It was kind of like that. But yeah, England, it's not. It is and isn't. You know, sort of like yeah, you can, but you're not supposed to. And in the States, kind of too. It's like certain places like Vegas. It's like it's fine. You don't need like a paper bag. You can just walk around with your huge margarita. But then some places like, no, yeah, it's okay, but you just have to put it in a paper bag. Like what? What? Why? How is that? How does that help?
Yeah, beats me. I think we were like in Miami or something. There, like obviously it was. I think the Miami Heat was playing some final game and stuff like that. So people were already a bit rowdy over there. So we just fit in with our plastic cups of some cocktail we got from the whole hotel bar.
Yeah.
Nobody was asking questions, but some other guy was trying to leave like with a bottle of beer, and the bartender said like, whoa, you can't go out with that.
Yeah, you can't take a bottle from the restaurant onto the street, right? Like you have to drink your. You can't take alcohol to go.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
No, that's crazy. We have that here too. You can't just do that. So your friend was drinking that classic Finnish long drink.
Yeah, it's made of gin and grapefruit soda.
Gin and grapefruit soda. Now, this is a famous Finnish long drink, famous mixed drink, famous elixir. You said that they had it in draft format in some places. Like, oh, you want a, what's it called?
Lonkero.
You want a lunkalo? You just fills up your thing. There you go.
Yeah, it's exactly. Like it's next to the beers, usually.
Yeah, exactly. So that's pretty cool. We don't have many mixes like in Canada. I'm just thinking, what would we have? Maybe like Caesar, just like have Caesar on draft or on tap, where you go, oh yeah, Caesar, and just drop a celery stalk in, pass it over. But pretty neat having a weird mixed drink that's all your own. Gin and grapefruit juice. Never heard of it, but very interesting.
Yeah, there was a whole story about how they had to come up with something for the 1952 Olympics in Helsinki. And
It's a scam. It's all comes back to Olympic scam. This drink.
yeah, except I think back then they didn't mix it in, or they didn't use gin. They used like brandy, and then maybe it is grapefruit soda or something.
Right.
But I think they changed at some point. They tried to bring back the old version, but nobody bought it. Everybody just sticks with the gin.
Gin might be a little bit more economical.
Yeah, for sure.
Diluting brandy.
Yeah, it's. I didn't taste the old version.
You never had the old version, only the new version? What do you think about the new version? Pretty grapefruity, or could use more grapefruit?
Oh, I think it could use some more.
Yeah, it needs something else. It needs a bitters or something.
Yeah, I think they have versions with orange soda.
Oh, okay.
As well as lemon. I used to drink the lemon one when I was like 18.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Those young drinking days when you're still figuring out what's good to drink.
Yeah, exactly. I don't really. I think I just prefer beer right now. Like that.
You're a beer
stuff
boy.
Is too sweet.
Right. So for beers, what are you reaching for? A lager, a tall ale, something with classic hops, something with malt.
Yeah, that's actually the reason for my whole name. So I just thought like I'm drinking a lot of beer right now, so I'm just gonna identify with that. But I've cut down since, so that's fine. I like pale ales and IPAs.
Pale ales and
with a
IPAs.
bit of hops.
Bit of hops.
Yeah. Can have a lot of hops as well. But yeah, mostly also just lagers. Stouts are the
hard
difficult
ones to pour.
Yeah. And what else? Well,
what about Coors Light?
They're more of a winter thing, obviously.
What are stouts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have our patio season opening. Maybe depended on the pandemic situation a bit.
Right, yeah. So that is still going on, global pandemic, right? And as we mentioned, maybe our countries aren't handling the vaccine rollout and the recovery the best. So maybe patios shouldn't be open. I don't know. Like I was against all the openings that we did. Every time we reopened, I was like, we should probably not reopen like this. Let's just stay locked down. But here we are, multiple lockdowns later, and we're still locked down. But then they're like, oh yeah, but also these places are open, like patios are open, just go whatever. Like, okay, well, it's not really gonna help. But so patio season is open, so yeah, definitely go and grab yourself a tall ale.
Yeah, and I don't think like you even have to worry about your beer warming up. Right now, at least, It's gonna stay in that 3 Celsius range.
So for our American listeners, probably around 37 degrees or so.
Yeah, maybe.
Just that nice, chilly, crisp air. You don't need. Your beer's not gonna get warm. You're not gonna get too warm until you had a few beers.
Yeah, you might actually prefer a bit room temperature.
Do you drink it room temp, or do you drink it cold in Finland? Is it only the UK who drinks it room temp?
No, we drink it cold.
Yeah,
obviously
cold.
You have your special stuff like some stouts and whatever
Right.
that you can wait to warm up a bit. But I think even those are served pretty chilled in bars.
Yeah, I think so. Well, good to know. Very good to know. All right, Malt. Well, looks like we're rounding up to the hour mark, so we better start shifting this into lower gear. Oh, about the clutch. Shift this into lower gear. So what's coming up next for Malt? What's next on the table for Malt Skull? You gonna stay on Twitter through its eventual demise? Be there right to the end. Be you and me on like the band on the Titanic.
Yeah, I gotta see it out to the end.
That's right.
That's I got nothing else.
And you know what? There's nothing
obviously.
wrong with that. Nothing wrong with a little 140, 280 character little bop. Throw it out there. Throw it into people's timelines. See what's up. Just have fun with it. Enjoy. Have some DMs with friends. Still DMing with some nice friends. That's the best part for me. That's why I still go back. I like doing fun tweets, but it's the DMs. I mean, it's calmed down a lot. A lot of people dropping out, but still very nice.
Yeah, the DMs are definitely
the community.
Yeah, that's one of the first things I go for every day. Just go to the DMs.
That's right. Dive into the DMs, see what everyone's having for lunch, see what's up in the North American region. Is that what happens? You have to wait for North America to get up before anything starts popping off?
Yeah. Well, obviously, a lot of people are staying up very late after their supposed bedtimes nowadays. So there's always somebody still,
So you see the
yelling into the void.
Yeah, so you get the tail end of the late night void yellers, and then those early risers.
Well, I'm up. I just woke up.
Yeah, they're like, "Who up?" And you're like, "Well, I'm still up."
Yeah, I'm just making breakfast. Yeah, and also I can scroll through all those exciting conversations that they had.
Right, everything that you missed during their evening while you were sleeping.
Yeah.
Man, time zones are a crazy thing, my man.
Yeah, every day they surprise me.
Every day, time zones get you. You're like, happened again, son of a bitch.
Yeah, I actually thought our thing was going to be at 9. Well, starting now. I looked at the time zones wrong.
Oh, man. Well, good thing you looked at it right. Yeah. And I'm glad that we timed it right. We balanced the time zone deficit. And so what time is it now? 9 o'clock p.m.?
9 p.m., yeah.
It's 9 p.m. there. It is 2 p.m. in the afternoon here on the east coast of North America. And I think we did it. I think we did a pod. Thank you so much for being on the podcast again. Great talking to you. Great having you back. One of the great friends of the show. One of the great question askers, as proved by when I Googled your name and that came up. So thanks again. And I didn't do an impression of you this whole episode, so thanks to me for that. And
Thank you.
We barely even talked about saunas.
Oh, yeah. I would have had a lot of things to say about those. Yeah.
Well, we'll have to have you back yet one more time in the future. But until then, go hop in the sauna with the pup and enjoy.
Yes, she loves it there.
Dog loves the sauna. I was wondering if dog loves the sauna. Yeah, just give her a little bowl.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't go in the full heat, but she likes the after.
Right when you open the door, you can go check it out. Get all those good smells.
Yeah, it gets pretty sweaty there.
I mean, that's the point, right? Man, I wish it was more of a thing here, but I guess maybe I'll just have to go there.
Yeah, you can go into any public one, like even in Helsinki. Then you can fly over here. We can have a few beers.
That's it. Perfect. All right. Well, it's a plan. So I'll just pencil that right in. And thanks again, Malt, for being such a lovely guest, friend of the show. And everyone go check him out at Malt_Skull on Twitter and at Malt_Skull on TikTok. I don't know.
I can't remember. Oh,
maybe.
Wait. Yeah, my handle there was _terrible or something like that.
Okay, _terrible.
I don't think the account exists anymore.
Oh, it could have been deleted, but maybe in the far future. Check it out.
Yeah, I might reinstall it today. Who knows?
Reinstall it today. Don't forget to follow me on that. I think I'm Skinner Steven or Steven W. Skinner. I don't know. I'm trying to post more TikToks, but about the podcast, so people can listen to the podcast. I'll post a TikTok. I'll say, hey, I have Malt on the podcast. You can listen to it. This is me on TikTok saying, listen to the podcast. So hopefully
it works. Branch out.
Yeah, that's right. I have to branch out, and I have to start making TikToks. Whoa. So this is it. We've reached the end of the podcast. Thank you so much to Malt for being a lovely guest again. Back again 4 years later. Still as great as ever. Snow, water still flowing under the snow. And I guess I have to open up iTunes before I can play the podcast theme, and we can say our goodbyes. So,
Bye.
Goodbye, Malt. What's bye in Finnish?
Hey.
Well, there you go. So, thanks, Malt. Take it easy.
All right. Bye-bye.
Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode with Malt. What a nice Scandinavian fellow. Arctic Circle living is the life. If you're a new listener, okay, random, drop me a comment if you like. You can check out all the past episodes. Just visit www.stevenskinner.com or find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Podplaying. Remember, leave a rating and review, but only if it's good. Check out all the links, including all the links. Go ahead and follow at FOTSPod on Twitter. Find posts about the latest episodes. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter at SkinnerSteven. Thanks to Ruby Coast for the music. Thanks to Kyle I. Davidson for the theme. And thanks to you so much for listening. I am Steven W. Skinner. You have a great one.